Welcome back, awesome Action Toy fans and subscribers. It is Wednesday the 4th of June 2025, and about an hour ago I had this delivery come in of these Warhammer the Horus Heresy Alpha Legion figures. We have, can't even read half of these, Legions or Legions or Legion ZZ, I have no idea. Praetor and Capifracti Terminator armor. We have Lernarian Terminator. No idea how to pronounce that either. Lernaean, maybe Terminator. I'm sure you could criticize me in the comments below. In Terminator Arthur with a Volkite Charger, another one with a conversion beam cannon. In fact, let me know in the comments what these guns actually do in the game. So I've never played 40k. Though a lot of Warhammer Fantasy Battle back in the days. Very, very nice looking figures. Now, so far, these are Alpha Legion have been some of the best looking figures in the Horus Heresy line. In fact, I'd say even maybe the Warhammer line in total from Joytoy, because that blue they use, that sort of metallic blue, sort of really forgives a lot of the lack of shading or lack of highlighting sins, because the way it reflects and sort of shimmers the light just makes it look really, really nice. Anyway, I'm babbling on. Boxes. First one. The Praetor does look good. I'm loving that green around his head there. Makes it very, very nice. Very cool. And then the Lernaean, no idea, Terminator with the Volkite Charger. Looks quite mean. I love that sort of I'll call it almost Roman style helmet or knight helmet. Looks very, very cool. Great big axe as well. And lastly, we have the same one, but with a beam cannon. Oh, that looks very, very nice, has to be said. That great big axe again. Okay, I'm going to set them up, and I'll be back in an instant. Stay tuned. These guys look awesome. They've got I'm going to call it a beautiful heft to them. The armor we know already, because you've seen the Cataphracta armor before. They look really great. The scales really add to it. Even without the scales, the sort of metallic effect, the glimmer, makes it look really, really nice. Accessories, exactly what they've got in their hands there. They all come with additional hands. The Praetor and the guy with the beam gun, the beam weapon, they only come with one pair, and they're both for the left hands. They come with a left trigger and a left fist. Then our guy in the center here, he's standard right trigger, left gripping. He comes with right gripping, left trigger and fists for both sides. So let's get a close look. Our Praetor first. Looks very good. I like the way they got a sense of menace just by the shape of the eyes and that sort of a mouth guard, I guess, or piece on the helmet there. Sword looks great. That green works so well, and it has got some inking on the dragon you can make out there on that green, which is nice. Again, that metallic really makes a difference when you haven't got any shading on there. Still need some shading and highlighting on some of the silver parts, but that darker silver does work well. You can really do some with that. It's got textured leather, but there's no shading on it or highlighting. You can really do with that there. It looks like it's got a little bit on here, maybe, perhaps. Sort of pops out a bit more, but not really on that one, like they've missed it off or done it too lightly. Okay, let's go to our Terminator with the Volkite. Is it a Volkite gun? And his massive axe. Ooh, very nice. Does look particularly good. Now these are all says 13.7 cm. Then our last one with that beam cannon, beam weapon, which looks absolutely awesome. It needs, again, I think, some highlighting. And I've got a paint spot issue. You can just about make out there, but it's nothing major. Does look particularly good. Again, you want inking on those gold pipes just to make them pop, and they can highlight art. Again, this shoulder, the front part's got some highlighting, but nothing really on the sides, not much. Need some more to make that colour stand out, but it does look so, so good. Very cool. I'll choose our center one for the articulation, because he can let go of everything. He doesn't have cables. These guys have cables from their guns to their forearms or upper arms. So there'd be nothing really major here. Only difference might be in the head, because the helmet size and whatnot. So head, forwards, backwards, not really backwards much. Side to side is pretty good. Turns easy. Shoulders, they have got articulated pauldrons. You can see. So you can go all the way around with his pauldron, watch out for the leather parts though if you want. Yeah. And with the articulation, you can articulate the pauldron out and you'll get, hopefully, he says, there we go, more than the Space Marines were before. Not quite 90 degrees because it's, it's still getting in the way, but having the articulated pauldron does solve a lot of articulation issues that we had with the smaller Space Marines before. Then he's got the shoulder roll as well. Bicep bend, he's getting 90 degrees. There's a bicep swivel. Hand is on a joint, so we go all directions and whatnot. Trunk, very good forwards, backwards. They've really mastered the backwards. Forwards is okay as well. Shoulders is good, he can turn. Waist, there's a forwards, backwards, side to side, and can turn. So together, he can't. If you move his legs up, he can actually sit down quite nicely. Backwards is just off the chart. Look at that. That's like contortionist level. And then sideways is good and sideways is good. Now his hips can be pushed up and taken down. So you can actually make him taller or shorter. I'll pull his down so he's a bit taller when I do the measuring. This is good to have because without that you can see the nasty sort of hip joint. It's got metal joints, which is good. Thigh twist. Double kneecap, but he's so chunky he actually struggles to get over 90 degrees. And then the foot is on the ball, so it's all directions turn, swivel, tippy toe, dorsiflexation, and toe. Really stiff and stuck. There we go. Possibly painted shut. Oh, I can't do that one. Toe articulation. Looks like the toes have been painted shut. But there is toe articulation, but it's just painted shut on this one. Okay, his hips are down, so he's going to look slightly taller than his brothers in arms there. Let's go for height measurement. So they said 13.7. They're not completely consistent with where they're measuring to with their figures, but we will see. See, so top, if I say 13.7, that's not even to the, that's probably to the chin. To the top of the actual figure, I'm looking at here, 16.5 inches nearly, so around about 6.5 cm. Sorry, 6.5 inches, around about 16.5 centimeters. So they are big guys. So let's do some comparisons. So first thing, I'll use a Sons of Horus Terminator, is it Tartarus Terminator armor? I'll put his hips down as well to make him slightly taller, and I'll move him across. And you can see that they probably slightly bigger, but they scale well. There's no, whatever scale creep may or may not have come in here doesn't really affect how they look together. So that's pretty cool. And now let's look at some regular guys. So let's look at the previous release of figures from Alpha Legion. So we've got our, let's do Praetor and Praetor. Let me see how they differ in size. Huge difference. Let's put that sword down. If you chop someone's head off. Okay, there we go. It's nice on these that the heads are actually the same size. Because before we've had heads that are bigger on the bigger figures, which makes you think like the figure in the Terminator armor is actually a much bigger individual. Let's get our Saboteur console. I'm going to zoom out slightly. Get a bit more space. And I can probably move him onto the here at this rate. Let's keep him on the edge there. A bit more in, I think. Saboteur console, let's stick him here. Let's stick the main man, Horus, the Primarch in the middle. And then the other release, I'm not sure where I'm going to stick him. Let's stick him next to the... don't fall over. Next to the Saboteur console. Somehow, oh my word, this is not going to go well. Okay. Let's change this guy's articulation around. There we go. And you see that we've got a nice setup of figures. This Alpha Legion's looking like to have some of the strongest shelf presence that we've seen from the Horus Heresy. In fact, maybe even the Warhammer line thus far. They look so good. Obviously, you can't compare it to the Imperial Knight. That's just an addition. Dominate everything, but these guys do look really cool. Very nice release. Very cool figures. I like them a lot. This Alpha Legion is possibly my favourite Legion thus far from the Warhammer 30k, 40k universe. They are looking very nice indeed. And Joytoy have done a cracking job. Particularly, I think a lot of it's due to this colour because, as I said, even if you're not highlighting or shading a lot, it still looks good. The way it shimmers the light, etc. But very nice figures. Okay, this is Awesome Action Toys. I'm signing out. So please like, share, subscribe. I'll see you in another video very soon. Check out the Patreon if you've not done so already. Stay happy, keep collecting. Bye-bye.